The wait is finally over. Bridgerton Season 4 Part 3 has just had its trailer leaked, and I'm absolutely losing it over what I've just seen. After the gut-wrenching heartbreak between Benedict and Sophie in Part 2, I never thought the story would take such a dramatic turn. But this leaked trailer is showing us scenes that are about to flip everything we thought we knew about this season on its head. From jaw-dropping revelations about Sophie's past, to a wedding no one saw coming, and a romance that will rock the entire ton to its core, Part 3 promises to deliver the most intense and emotional episodes in Bridgerton history. Trust me, you're not prepared for what's coming next. The trailer opens with a heart-shattering scene of Sophie alone in a cold prison cell, utterly broken. The despair in her eyes and the tears streaming down her face are so painful to witness. After everything she's already endured, seeing her in this position is unbearable. To make matters worse, we hear Benedict's voice in the background, urgently telling Violet that he has to find a way to save Sophie, that he simply can't lose her. The raw emotion in his voice is palpable. It's clear that he deeply regrets the catastrophic mistake of offering Sophie the role of his mistress, instead of asking for her hand in marriage. Just when it seems like things couldn't get more emotional, the trailer cuts to Benedict storming into what appears to be Lady Araminta's mansion, fury written all over his face. He's holding something. Looks like Sophie's mother's necklace. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, because it seems Benedict has finally uncovered the truth about Sophie's real identity, and now he's confronting the woman who has made Sophie's life a nightmare. You can feel the intensity in this scene. It's obvious Benedict is ready to move heaven and earth to get Sophie out of prison and prove her innocence. What happens next completely knocked me off my feet. Violet stands in front of the entire ton, making a major announcement with the kind of authority that commands attention. While we can't quite make out what she's saying, the reactions from the crowd suggest that she's revealing something monumental about Sophie's heritage. And right after that, we see Sophie being released from prison. The relief and disbelief on her face is nothing short of beautiful. But the most touching moment comes when Benedict is there, waiting for her outside. Their eyes meet, filled with so much love and longing that it practically radiates through the screen. However, the trailer doesn't give us the satisfaction of seeing the reunion just yet. Instead, it jumps to another scene that left me speechless. Sophie, dressed in the most stunning gown I've ever seen on this show, standing in a grand ballroom. The ton watches her with admiration and respect. This moment symbolizes Sophie's transformation from a maid who was treated like dirt to a woman who is finally being recognized for who she truly is. The best part? Benedict stands beside her, looking at her with such pride and adoration that it made me emotional. But of course, Bridgerton wouldn't be Bridgerton without a little drama. The trailer makes it clear that not everyone is thrilled about Sophie's newfound status. Lady Araminta's furious, watching from across the room, knowing that all her evil plans have fallen apart. We also get a glimpse of Cressa, looking uneasy, perhaps about to face the consequences of her earlier actions. But what happens next is just as thrilling. We get to see what's going on with the other Bridgerton family members. Francesca and Michaela are seen having an intimate, emotional conversation in a private garden. The way they look at each other suggests that their connection is deepening. Francesca's expression is a mix of confusion, excitement, and fear. She's clearly struggling with feelings she's never experienced before. Michaela, on the other hand, is gentle and understanding, offering her support as Francesca navigates this emotional journey. This is a storyline I can't wait to see unfold, as it explores a side of love and identity that Bridgerton has never touched on before. And the surprises don't stop there. We get a quick shot of Eloise, reading a letter that has just arrived for her. Her face is full of curiosity and intrigue, and even though we can't see who the letter is from, any Bridgerton fan can guess. It's likely from Philip Crane. If this is true, we might be getting an early peek at Eloise's love story, and I couldn't be more excited. Watching Eloise, who's always been fiercely independent and resistant to marriage, slowly open her heart to someone would be an incredible character arc to witness.
The trailer also shows us Violet and Lord Anderson, whose relationship is as heartwarming as it is adorable. We see them dancing together at a ball, their smiles pure and genuine, reminding us that love can find you at any stage of life. After everything Violet has been through, she truly deserves this happiness, and seeing her embrace this new chapter with Lord Anderson is such a beautiful moment. There's even a brief moment where Lord Anderson seems to be proposing to Violet. If this is true, get ready to cry tears of joy. But just when the trailer gives us these sweet, hopeful moments, it takes a darker, more mysterious turn that leaves us with countless questions. A figure dressed in black sneaks through the corridors of Bridgerton House in the middle of the night. The tension in this scene is palpable, and as the figure moves through the shadows, the sound of their footsteps echo ominously in the empty halls. Just as we think they'll be revealed, the trailer cuts away to Benedict, suddenly waking up in his bed, alarmed and concerned. This moment immediately makes me wonder, is someone still trying to sabotage Benedict and Sophie's happiness, even after the truth about Sophie's identity has been uncovered? The mystery of this figure and their intentions is definitely going to be a major plot point in Part 3, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. But before the trailer ends, we get to see what could be the most anticipated moment of the entire season. Benedict and Sophie finally sit down for a real, honest conversation about everything that's happened between them. The setting is intimate and meaningful, the same cottage where they once shared those dreamlike days together. Benedict is pouring his heart out to Sophie, regret and pain evident on his face. He tells her he was afraid and confused, that his feelings for her were so overwhelming he didn't know how to handle them. And then, in the most emotional moment of all, he admits that from the very first time he saw her at the masquerade ball, he's loved her, and he's never stopped thinking about her since. Sophie, with tears streaming down her face, listens to him, her heart conflicted. She tells him that being offered to be his mistress made her feel worthless and disposable, reminding her of how society and her stepmother have always treated her. This moment is so powerful because it shows Sophie standing up for herself. She's not just going to forgive Benedict and run into his arms. She's insisting on being loved and respected the right way, and that's what makes their love story so compelling. It's not just about passion, it's about respect, understanding, and growth. And based on what we see in the rest of the trailer, Benedict is ready to do whatever it takes to prove to Sophie that he sees her as his equal and that he will fight for her no matter what society thinks. The trailer then shows Benedict making a bold announcement in front of his entire family. Though we can't hear all of his words, it's clear he's declaring his intention to marry Sophie. Some family members look surprised, while others, like Violet and Eloise, are beaming with support. Anthony and Kate also look on with approval, giving their blessing to Benedict's decision. This family dynamic is one of the things I love most about Bridgerton. Even when they disagree, they always come together when it matters most. But, of course, marriage in the Tun is never simple. The trailer hints at some serious opposition to Benedict and Sophie's union from the more traditional and judgmental members of high society. We see a scene where several older women are gossiping about Sophie, their disapproving glances making it clear they think she's unworthy of marrying into the Bridgerton family. Crisa, unsurprisingly, is stirring up trouble. But this time, the Bridgertons aren't standing by idly. Violet confronts one of the gossiping ladies with such grace and authority, defending Sophie and making it clear that anyone who has a problem with her son's choice of bride will have to answer to her. This is one of my favorite moments in the trailer because it shows that Sophie is no longer alone. She has a family that loves her, and they will fight for her, a love she's never had before. The trailer closes with the most romantic and breathtaking scene. Benedict and Sophie standing together in a stunning garden, surrounded by flowers and soft sunlight. Benedict holds both of her hands as he gazes into her eyes with such love and devotion. And then, in the most magical moment, Benedict drops to one knee and pulls out a ring. The look of shock and joy on Sophie's face is priceless. This is the moment she's dreamed of her entire life. What a way to end the trailer! Bridgerton Part 3 is going to be an emotional roller coaster, and I can't wait to see it all unfold. Let's dive into the first moments that will leave you completely stunned. The Bridgerton world has always been filled with drama, but this new footage? It takes things to a whole new level. The trailer opens with a heart-stopping image. Sophie, alone in a cold, dimly lit prison cell. She looks shattered, as though the weight of the world has finally crushed her. Her face, lined with despair, is haunting. Her eyes, filled with tears that speak volumes. For a moment, it feels like everything we thought Sophie had overcome has come crashing down on her, and this time, there's no escape. This is a woman who has fought through betrayal, pain, and heartbreak, only to end up in a place where it seems like there's no hope left. But then, the voice we all recognize, Benedict, cuts through the silence. We hear him desperately pleading with Violet, his voice raw with emotion. "I can't lose her," he says. And with those words, you feel the depth of his regret. The real reason for Sophie's fall into this despair is revealed. Benedict's earlier mistake of offering Sophie to be his mistress instead of fighting for her as his equal has come back to haunt them both in the worst way. And trust me, the intensity in Benedict's voice, it's enough to make your heart ache for him. You can hear the pain of a man who knows he's lost something precious and is now desperately trying to make it right. Just when you think it can't get any more emotional, the trailer pulls you in with another bombshell. Benedict, now a man on a mission, is storming into Lady Araminta's mansion with a look of pure fury on his face. He's holding something in his hand. A necklace. And not just any necklace. This one belongs to Sophie's mother, a symbol of everything she's been through. In this moment, it's clear that Benedict has finally uncovered the truth about Sophie's past, and he's ready to confront those who have tormented her for far too long. The anger and determination in his eyes, you can feel it through the screen. Benedict is no longer the man who made a mistake. He's now a man who will stop at nothing to get Sophie back, to save her. The tension is almost unbearable. But then, we're hit with something even more unexpected. Violet, standing before the entire ton, is making an announcement that will turn everything on its head. Even though we don't hear the exact words, it's obvious from the shocked looks on everyone's faces that Violet is revealing something huge about Sophie's heritage. A secret that will change everything. And it doesn't stop there. Sophie, the woman we saw broken just moments ago, is suddenly released from prison. You can see the relief and disbelief on her face. It's as if the weight of the world has been lifted from her shoulders. But the real kicker? Benedict is standing there, waiting for her. The way they look at each other, the silent exchange between them, is enough to make your heart race. There's love, there's longing, and there's a sense that they've both come a long way. But just when we think we'll finally get the reunion we've been waiting for, the trailer cuts away, leaving us hanging. The suspense is killing me, and I'm sure it's the same for you. But hang on, because the trailer doesn't let up. The next scene we get is equally jaw-dropping. Sophie, dressed in a gown more stunning than anything we've ever seen in the Bridgerton world, walks into a grand ballroom. The ton is staring at her, not with judgment, but with respect. It's as if we're watching her rise from the ashes, from a maid treated like less than nothing to a woman who is finally being recognized for who she truly is. And right by her side, Benedict, his eyes filled with pride and adoration. If there's one thing that stands out in this scene, it's the powerful transformation we're witnessing. This is no longer the woman who was cast aside. This is a woman who has fought for her place in the world, and she's now commanding the room. But, of course, Bridgerton wouldn't be Bridgerton without some drama. And trust me, the drama is just getting started. In the background of the ballroom, Lady Araminta is watching Sophie with a look of absolute fury on her face. You can see in her eyes that everything she's worked for is crumbling around her. Her plans, her manipulations, they're all falling apart. And as if that wasn't enough, we catch a brief glimpse of Crisa. She looks uneasy, and it's clear that her past actions are about to come back to bite her. The tension continues to build as the trailer shifts focus to the other Bridgerton family members. What happens next is just as exciting. Francesca and Michaela are seen in a private garden, talking in hushed tones. The way they're looking at each other suggests that their connection is only deepening. And Francesca? She's struggling with feelings she's never experienced before. Meanwhile, Michaela, calm and understanding, seems to know exactly what Francesca is going through. This isn't just another love story, this is a story about identity, about discovering who you are and what you truly want. It's a powerful and new direction for Bridgerton, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. But hold tight, because things take another turn. We get a brief shot of Eloise, looking intrigued as she reads a letter. Could this be the start of a romance we didn't see coming? The possibility of her relationship with Philip Crane becoming a central focus of the season has never felt more real. Could this be the moment when Eloise, fiercely independent and always against the idea of marriage, begins to open her heart? It's a beautiful character arc we're about to witness, and I, for one, am so ready for it. Just when you think the drama couldn't get any more intense, Benedict steps up to prove that his love for Sophie is no passing fancy. It's a love that will shake the ton to its core. The man who once faltered in his pursuit of Sophie is now ready to fight with everything he has to make things right. And trust me, you can feel it in every single moment of this trailer. Benedict is no longer the man who made mistakes and hesitated. He's now a force to be reckoned with, a man on a mission to save the woman he loves. The trailer ramps up with Benedict's fierce determination. After learning the shocking truth about Sophie's past and the role Lady Araminta played in her torment, Benedict knows he cannot sit idly by any longer. This is no longer just about love. It's about redemption, and it's about justice. As he bursts into Lady Araminta's mansion, the fury on his face is unmistakable. It's clear that he has reached his breaking point, and this time, he's not backing down. This is the moment that will forever change the dynamic between him and Sophie, a turning point in their tumultuous relationship. Benedict's anger isn't just for show. You can see the pain behind his eyes. The guilt is heavy on him. It's as if he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, knowing that the woman he loves has suffered because of his previous actions. You can practically feel his internal struggle. He's not just angry at the injustice Sophie has faced, he's angry at himself for not protecting her sooner. But in this moment, he's finally found his purpose. He's going to make things right. And with Lady Araminta's dark secrets exposed, it's clear that Benedict is ready to confront her with everything he's got. What happens next in the trailer is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Benedict isn't just here to confront Lady Araminta, he's here to make her pay. As he stands before her, holding Sophie's mother's necklace in his hand, it's as though he's holding the key to unlocking everything that has been hidden in the shadows for far too long. The necklace, a symbol of Sophie's past, becomes the weapon that Benedict uses to tear down the lies and manipulations that have kept Sophie in a prison of her own. The symbolism in this moment is powerful. It's not just about a physical object, it's about revealing the truth and righting the wrongs that have haunted them both. But it's not just about Lady Araminta. The trailer also shows us how Benedict's fight for Sophie will affect the entire ton. We get a glimpse of the chaos that will unfold as Benedict's actions ripple through high society. In a shocking turn of events, Benedict's family is drawn into the battle. This isn't just Benedict fighting for Sophie's honor, it's Benedict and his family coming together to stand against the powerful forces that have tried to tear Sophie down. It's a family united in love and loyalty, and you can see how much this means to Benedict. His family's support is everything to him, and in these critical moments they don't just stand by, they stand with him. Violet, as always, is the rock that holds everything together. Her strength is undeniable in this trailer, and the way she fiercely defends Sophie shows just how far she's willing to go to protect her newfound daughter-in-law. There's something truly moving about watching Violet, a woman who has weathered her own storms, fiercely fight for someone who, until recently, was an outsider in their family. But Violet's unwavering love for her son, and for Sophie, is a testament to the power of family and loyalty. And trust me, when Violet steps up to protect Sophie from the whispers of the ton, it's a moment that will give you chills.